Hi guys, welcome. Okay, so being that we had a snow day here in New York, I don't have class tonight. I've extended the sale through tonight. So if you want a private reading, I'm gonna um I'm gonna get them done. I have a couple I have to do before my next live stream, and then if you want to buy them like tonight and I don't get them done, I'll get them done tomorrow. So So the question, it's 5 for 20, and you can email me them, and you can tell me whatever you need to tell me or whatever you think is important to the situation. All right, the first person here is TD wants a love reading. Okay. All right. All right. So you have a fire sign here coming in with an offering of love. Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. You also have a Cancer. Somebody from your past is returning. Now, it could be three different people. The fire sign, the Cancer, and somebody from your past, or somebody from your past could be the fire sign or the Cancer. They come in with an offering of love. You could have more than one choice. You could have up to three choices. It looks like one of these people may have broken your heart at some point, and they may be coming back to try to rectify the situation. So we'll see. It's going to be your choice at the end of the day. Funny thing is, what happens a lot is people that come back from the past, we want them to come back so badly, and then when they do, we don't choose them. Or we kind of feel like, well, they weren't so great after all. Zara wants a love reading. Okay. Wow, you got a soulmate relationship coming in here with a water sign. And it's going to be there's going to be a whole lot of attraction between the two of you, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. This person may feel like it may be someone who's been around you for some time, that's been putting in a lot of work, and now all of a sudden you're going to notice them. They may be creative too. They may be a creative type, or may have like a creative job. All right, Kylie, what are the Scorpio's intentions? Okay. Right now, they're not too sure. They're kind of undecided. However, your relationship with them is going to change really quickly. So they maybe didn't make up their mind yet as to what they want to do or what direction they're going to take it in. But things are going to move forward fast. They just may not know it yet. You have a very spiritual connection with this person, and this person is working on putting past arguments and shit that doesn't work for them in the past and moving forward with their lives. So they may have recently gotten out of a situation that was a little bit dysfunctional, and they're putting it behind them. They're not looking back, and they mean it. There are some people that when they, they'll like, oh, I would never go back, but then they do. Scorpio means it. This Scorpio means it. So whatever happened to them in the past, it's over, and they're putting their foot down. Elisa, do I know the guy I'm going to date in 2020? Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that you do. Now, I don't think it could be somebody that's in your life, not somebody right now that's front and center. So it could be somebody that you know of from, I don't know, it could be something like you shop at a specific shoe store and the person works at the shoe store and you know him from there. Or it could be the guy that delivers the newspapers, like somebody that you know of, but it doesn't have to be somebody that you're like best friends with. Wolfie, what is my mentor's honest opinion about my collaboration with him? Okay. Okay, so honestly, they feel like justice and success. However, they feel like you don't always use your strength to your fullest. They feel like you have more potential than you give yourself credit for, or that you live up to. Like they think that you're capable of more. And they're going to present you with an offer that you're not going to be able to refuse. It's going to be right in front of you. And I think that you're going to be moving forward. I don't know if you're going to have another project or something that's going to take you to another point, but there's going to be some kind of a situation that's like bridging you from here to there to wherever it is that you want to go. So more is coming in. I think sometimes they feel like you don't work up to your potential. You could do better. You have more in you, but overall, they're pretty happy with you. Is the guy I'm dating in 2020 Ronald? Okay, let me see. Okay, so I'm getting a 33% chance it could be Ronald, so you could get an opportunity to date him. It's not coming up real strong. Generally when things come up like this, it's usually somebody that you wouldn't think of or you wouldn't expect. That's usually what happens. Oh damn. Ah. Everything's going kind of sideways here. Let's see if that's better. Nope, not better. Okay, there we go. Ah, come on. Balkis, will I meet a serious relationship in December? I'm an Aquarius. Okay. This stupid thing doesn't want. Here, I'm going to use this coffee cup. Okay. Will we meet a serious relationship in December? You got great potential in December to meet somebody, definitely. You got over 70% chance with two aces, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune, which would indicate that something fated is meant to be is going to happen in the month of December or near December. I mean, it could happen mid-January too, but it would be soon. Just chilling. Does Leo think I'm his soulmate? No, he doesn't. But you know what? I'm not surprised because men don't usually think like that. Men don't usually think in terms of karmic soulmate or twin flames. That's just usually not their thing. Men are a little bit more in the box or out of the box. So it's like she's hot, she's cool, I'm into her, or it's like she's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they don't usually think in those kind of terms. So I'm not surprised by that answer. Crystal. when next time am I going on vacation and where? Okay, I can't tell you exactly where, but let's see. When is there a vacation coming in? You could go somewhere this winter. The diamonds. If you don't go somewhere this winter, then I would say possibly in April. You could be traveling across border when this card shows up. So it could be traveling overseas. It could be traveling, it's usually traveling overseas, or it could be a trip by water, going to the beach, something like that. Um, but vacations with readings, they always crack me up. Like the woman that I see, almost every single time I go in there, she tells me, and she says it just like this, oh, you got a little trip here. That's what she always says. And I'm like, I haven't been anywhere in 4 years. And she's like, well, there's a trip coming up. And I'm like, well, look, eventually I'm going to go somewhere. Like, that's just it. That's just life. Like, even when people say things like, am I going to meet somebody? Well, eventually you're going to meet somebody. It could take, like my friend who didn't date anyone for 10 years, but eventually she did, and she got married and her life moved on. So those kind of questions are a little bit funny because, yeah, eventually you will go on vacation. Most likely at some point you will go to a beach, but that's what the cards are showing right now, so that's what I got to go with. But it's always so funny when that comes up. And then she'll say that to me. She'll say, well, that's what it's showing here. I got to tell you that. Sister Moon, why do I keep attracting narcissistic people? People, this is what they say. People that have great healing energy tend to attract very wounded people. Narcissists, even though they come off as being all about themselves, are really wounded souls that for whatever reason, something happened to them in their past, usually in childhood, and they're making up for it now. So chances are it's because you have a healing aura or energy around you and they gravitate towards you. And there's something about them that you're attracted to because you're so healing that you can help heal them. The unfortunate part of it is that they're such assholes all the time that you can't get in there close enough to help work your magic. And then you wind up paying for it. Um, I believe that people have the ability to change and that narcissistic people, I can't say that word, they can evolve, but it takes a little bit of work and they have to be willing. It's like anyone else that needs to change. So, unfortunately, those of us that are healing people or do give people the benefit of the doubt or are very loving tend to call in people that need that. And that's what's going on here. Shay, now that I found out that I'm pregnant, oh, congratulations. Will me and my ex eventually work things out? Getting back together before the baby is born. Okay. You have a 70% chance, yes, you will, and it will be before the baby is born. It does look like it's going to be a little bit of a long and winding road. So my suggestion would be to just hang in there and try not to. This is what law of attraction says. Ignore the current reality. So if he's not telling you what you want to hear, don't get upset by it. Don't overreact to it. Just say, oh, okay. And then you just know in your head and in your heart that this is going to work out for you, for the child, and for him, no matter what he says. But you don't want to react to it because then it's going to put more of that energy out into the world and universe, and then you're going to get more of that back. So if he says something stupid or he does something stupid, just kind of ignore it and don't make a big deal out of it. And let's see what happens over the next couple of months. J Mac, is Caitlin still interested in me? Okay, let's look. Yeah, she is. 70% chance with two aces. It goes up even higher if she's a fire sign or if you're a fire sign, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Crystal, how can I tell if my grandmother is around me? Okay, usually for me, it's really funny because every once in a while I hear voices and you can't make that up. Like I had this conversation with one of my friends. My grandmother, my mother's mother, was like the pain in the ass grandmother. You know that one? Um, my father's mother was the one that you always wanted to be with because she was really funny and she didn't want anything from you. You know, she was just glad when you came and, you know, she was just easier. So my mother's mother would not be somebody I would be calling in randomly because she was a pain in the ass, like a real pain in the ass. But every once in a while, the baby's name is going to be Avery. Every once in a while, I hear her voice say, I like Avery. I like Avery. So I know that that's her because that's what I'm hearing. And every once in a while, I'll hear my mother, like she'll say things. So you could hear her voice. You could also smell her. That sounds really bizarre, but you could smell her. Like, I walked into the grocery store one day behind somebody that was wearing a perfume. I don't even know the name of it, but it smelled like my mother. So I knew my mother was around. I mean, things like that. Also, this happens. The woman that was my yoga instructor that certified me, she also taught me in Pilates. I was having a Pilates session with her one day, and we were in a private room with the Pilates equipment. There was nobody else in there but her and I. And I was telling her that the teacher training that we were in the middle of was in a town that my cousin had been killed in. Now, he wasn't my cousin, he was really my cousin's cousin, but we grew up together. We were in my aunt and uncle's wedding when I was 4, he was 3. I was the flower girl, he was the ring man, the ring boy, or whatever you call it. So we grew up together, and he was like a cousin to me. And I kept having signs from him that he was around me. Like I would be driving through the town, and he used to like the Jay Giles band. Like Angel is a Centerfold would come on the radio. And I'm telling this story to my friend who's the teacher. And she says to me, well, when spirits are around, they usually let you know by making a loud sound or knocking something over. And just as she said it, I'm not even kidding. About 6 feet away on the other side of the room, her purse fell off the desk. I'm not even kidding. And we both looked at each other, and I was like, damn, I know he's here. So things like that can happen. And some people are more open to it than other people. Some people, they're afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it. So I can see why they come in or why I hear them. So you could smell them, you can hear them. You might also see her name somewhere or a nickname or somebody that looks like her or reminds you of her. Elisa, will I have kids with the guy I'm meeting in 2020? Okay. You've got kids coming up around you very strong. I can't tell you it's going to be with this guy, though. I'm not 100% sold on that. I think that you're definitely having kids and more than one, but I can't promise you it's going to be with the next person you meet. Gracie, was Taylor talking about me with Zach? Okay, let's see. I don't think so. I don't think so. You only got one ace. So with one ace, it could be he mentioned you, your name came up in conversation, but it wouldn't be like he was either talking bad about you or talking good about you. It would be like, hey, guess who I ran into? Or, yeah, I was talking to her the other day and she mentioned she got a new car, something like that. It wouldn't be anything that was important. Um, I lost my spot. Oh, there we go. I found it. Maria, why Julia doesn't call me or text me? She's a Sag. Okay, when we're waiting for somebody to call, it's like everyone's heard this analogy or this phrase. Watch pot never boils. The more you're waiting and hoping for her to call, the less chance you have of her calling. So the best thing to do is to spend 2 minutes before you fall asleep at night. Imagine her calling, see the phone ringing, feel the phone ringing in your hand, look down in your mind's eye and see that she's calling you. Feel the feeling that you would feel if she did call you. Let it go to sleep, and then try your best to forget about it. If you can't forget about it and you can't get her out of your mind, do something that takes your mind off of her legitimately. So something that requires brain work. I don't care if it's like a math problem, putting together some kind of a piece of furniture, something that really requires you to think, read instructions, and disengage from everything else. And then that's when she's going to reach out to you, because there's communication coming in. It's coming in. It's just a matter of when. And what happens is we put up this, when, and it pushes it further away because it builds up resistance. It's like when you're a little kid and you're waiting for Christmas to come, it feels like it's never going to come. But when you're older and you got to get your Christmas shopping done, then it's like, shit, I got 3 days. It's going to be Christmas. You got to change the energy of the situation, which is a real pain in the ass. And it's not always easy, but it's doable. Assess. I was in the office today. What is B feeling or thought about me? Okay. I don't know what's going on with him, but this is what he's got going on around him. And I'm not so sure that this has anything to do with you. This is feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. Somebody has recently betrayed him. He feels like life has fallen out of balance, and he's extremely worried. The only thing that is making him feel okay is that he feels like he has choices around him. Very strange. I don't know if something happened to him recently over the last couple of days that's really knocked him for a loop, but it looks like he can't focus on anything but himself right now. He feels like he's got a choice he's got to make. I don't know if this has to do with love, work. Look, he's got a lot of shit going on here. I mean, I think it might be financial. It may have something to do with money. So he's not really paying attention to much else. J-Mac, is Caitlin mad at me? Is she also jealous about me? Okay, let's see. She's not mad at you. I'm not getting she's jealous either. I think that she just may be a little bit of a slow mover here with the Knight of Pentacles. I don't think that she's mad at you. I don't think that she's jealous of you either. Alyssa. Will my next relationship last longer than 3 years? Okay, let's see. You got a 70% chance, yes, it will last longer than 3 years. Costanza. Why does my ex, the Aries, talking to the Cancer? Talking to me, the Cancer, what does he feel? Okay. Just watch out you don't have a little argument with him. There could be a little argument around the two of you. That's okay. It happens. No big deal. It's not going to be anything too bad. Here he is, the Aries. He's focusing. Well, right now it shows he's very focused on money or money coming into him. But he's coming in for you out of the blue. And I think that he may be looking for a reconnection. Thing is with Aries, if they didn't want something or they didn't want to be part of you, your relationship or your life, Aries knows how to get what they want, and they don't, excuse me, they don't, they wouldn't deal with you if they didn't want to. Let me put it like that. Pisces may be afraid of hurting your feelings. Cancer may be afraid of hurting your feelings. But Aries wants you in their life if they're talking to you. Otherwise, they wouldn't play. So there's more coming here. Okay, Shay. Will Daylon contact me sometime this week to talk about the baby? Okay. You got a 33% chance, but what it's showing is that you should be using your intuition when dealing with him, and also balance gets restored. So if you don't talk about it this week, you'll talk about it in 10 days, 2 weeks. It's coming, and I think you're going to be more or less happy with what he says. I don't think it's going to be a bad conversation. But regardless, stay focused on what you want and don't react if you hear something that you don't like. Craig, will me and my ex-manager Belsie sleep together? Okay, let's see. There's definite potential here. Again, there's potential here. If you guys don't work together anymore, I would say go for it, because it shows things go a little bit out of balance, which is okay if you're not working together. If you do work together, but it says ex-manager, so I don't think you guys are working together anymore. There's potential there, Craig. Have a good time. Gracie, is James still interested in me? Okay. Yep. There's interest here, definitely. Crystal, did my grandmother touch her picture on her own altar? Because it looks like someone touched it. And did she make noises in the house? Yeah, I'm going to ask the cards, but that could be a way that she lets you know. Damn, I don't have it. It's packed away because I haven't unpacked everything. But right after my grandfather died, I went shopping, and I was at a clothing store. And when I got home and I emptied the bag, there was like this silver candle. Like, it was like a Christmas ornament almost, and it was made out of silver, like holographic glitter. And I was like, that is so strange that was in the bag, because it was like I was shopping at like, like a female clothing store. I wasn't at a craft store or a Christmas shop. And it was well after Christmas because my grandfather died January 10th. And it was after that. And I was like, that's Grandpa put that in there. All right, did Grandma move the picture? Yes, but there was another woman with her. I don't know if she had a sister or if she had a sister-in-law, somebody else. There was another woman there with her. It was the two of them. Dylan doesn't like trucks. Truck just went by. All right, he's gone, Dylan. It's all right. Oh, the sale, I actually extended it for today because of the snow day. Since I was going to be home, I figured I could get more done if people were still interested. So you can PayPal the money, send the questions, and I'll get it done. I might not get it done tonight because I want to be on live a lot, but I'll get them done tomorrow. I have 2 private readings I have to do before I go live next. So, excuse me, if you want to get them done, get them in, I could probably get yours done before the next live. SS, Office Christmas Party, general reading regarding B. Okay, what's going on with the Office Christmas Party? What's happening over there, Dylan? All right, hang on, Dylan. Okay, so use your intuition. It shows that you're going to be with an Aries, or there's going to be an Aries around you at this Christmas party. And it shows a good celebration. You have a good time. It doesn't show much with him. It actually shows that he may be feeling like somewhat of an asshole. And the Knight of Cups and the Magician are both in reverse. So I don't think that there's going to be too much happening with him. It looks like either an authoritative figure is going to be spending a lot of time with you, or an Aries. And he may take notice of that. If you want something to happen with him, I think you're going to have to take the initiative. But I think he may take notice that somebody else is paying attention to you. And the person could be an Aries or somebody that's prominent in the company. Inez, what's coming towards me? Okay. It looks like you got some wound healing coming in. So somebody that stabbed you in the back or was did something that betrayed you, you're putting them in the past. You're moving forward. You're very focused on a project coming up. And there could be travel overseas, or this could be leaving this person in the past. Whoever betrayed you or screwed you up or whatever. It doesn't show that this has to be a love relationship. It could be a friend or a family member that did something. But it looks like you're going to be working on healing an old wound coming up and possibly traveling overseas. Curious Rabbit, am I going to find a good job as a network engineer? Okay. Yes, definitely. You got 99% chance. Yeah, you're going to find a great job. Alyssa, is it true I'm meeting my life partner at the age of 24? Okay. It's very possible, yeah. You have between a 70 and a 99% chance, yes. I think so. Um, oh, Liz, you knew? Welcome. Welcome. Okay, messages for my current love situation. Okay. So you want messages from Spirit? We'll do messages from Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know about this current love situation? I love it. I love it when Archangel Michael shows up. The wheel, Archangel Michael, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action. No need for unnecessary worry. The Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment and boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities that are around you. The Six of Earth, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debt. So I don't know what's going on in your current relationship, but it looks like there are other opportunities around you that you may want to explore. If not, the relationship that you're in will be moving forward. It's going to be your choice. So you're going to have to choose to stay in it and work at it. And if there are issues surrounding money, that should start to get better soon too, but it may get worse before it gets better. But when it comes to these things, it's like we're in control. We get to make the decisions. So think of it like that. There are other people around you if you're not really happy. There are other people around you that are definitely interested in you. If not, you can make this work. Virginia, when is Renee going to move out? All right, let's see. There's a seven surrounding it. The clubs would not be until the summer. I don't think it's going to take that long. It could be 7 weeks. Let me see. Is this guy moving out before February? I think he's going to move out before February. I'm going to say it's probably around the 7 week mark. SS. The office party, will B be attracted to me and will he make a move? I'm getting a 33% chance. So if you want something to happen with him, I think you might have to make the move. I think if you make a move, I think you'll get what you want. I don't know that I would suggest you waiting for him to do it. Curious, spirit messages about love. I'm single right now. Okay. What spirit have to say about this? Balance, Archangel Zadkiel. The need for balance and moderation. Cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Life experience, Archangel Chamuel. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. 10 of Fire. Too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. The 2 of Earth. Too much is going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. And the 9 of Water. Your wish comes true. Concern fades away. A love of life. So I think that your life may be a little bit out of balance right now, and that's why love's not coming in. It also could be that either you're holding on to a past love or a past situation that may be holding you back. Once you let that go and you establish a little bit more balance, a new love will come in and balance will come back. You know, it's like, like it always reminds me, like sometimes we can put ourselves in holding patterns. And I know I talk about it all the time, but my friend that dated the guy, she dated this guy and they broke up. She dumped him first. They got back together. And then he dumped her. And she was like, didn't date anyone for like 10 years. And she said that she always felt that if she wasn't with him, she would never be with anyone. And she repeated that was her mantra for 10 years. Well, I'm never going to be with anyone. And she wasn't until one day she finally let it go and the guy showed up. And none of us thought it was going to happen. But finally it did. So I think that once balance comes back into your life, or maybe it's just that you've been too busy with work, someone's going to show up. SMJ, what are Jason's intentions with me? Is he trustworthy? Okay. Use your intuition. You have a soulmate connection with him. He's very creative. I think he's trustworthy. I do think he's trustworthy. I think that you should just be, don't let your guard down yet totally. The 9 of Swords is in reverse, which means he's basically okay, No one's perfect. I think that he plans on coming forward. I think you also have somebody from your past coming back. If he isn't from your past, somebody else from your past is coming back, and you're going to have some choices around you. So at the end of the day, it might not be his choice. It might be yours as to whether or not you guys move forward. Lily, has he moved on? What are his intentions? Okay. He hasn't moved on. He's coming around. He actually feels bad about something that went on in the past, and he could come back and try to rectify it or fix the situation. I think he's going to be showing up or coming in or looking to hang out coming up in the near future. Not over. Definitely not. Crystal. Well, when my brother was with me at my house, did he saw my grandmother, and did he saw that she pushed the picture? All right. Did he notice the picture moved? All right, Dylan, you're right over there? What's going on? He's building some kind of a nest. He did notice the picture moved. He does feel like she's around. And, I feel like he may not be as open to it as you are, but he is kind of open to it, and he does believe that she's around. So I think it's good. I mean, some people get freaked out by it. Don't be freaked out by it. I don't think you are. I don't think he is either, but I know that some people do get freaked out by it. But I think that, it can be comforting to feel these people around. Yeah, I think he did notice. Or if he didn't notice that time, he's noticed her in the past. Like he feels her around too. SS, how is my birthday going to be? Will be wish me. Okay. The birthday should be okay. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything crazy or out of the ordinary. It shows here that you may be feeling around your birthday a little bit like you're stuck in mud or you haven't moved forward. Most people feel like that when their birthday comes up. No big deal. I would be careful of either saying something or letting something slip that you might regret when the Fool is in reverse around your birthday or the birthday week. It looks like you're going to be going out with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are celebrating. I don't know if you plan on going somewhere. As far as he's concerned, I think if he knows it's your birthday, he will wish you a happy birthday. I wouldn't expect too much from him. It's so funny. I had this conversation the other day with my dad about men and women, right? Like birthdays are a big fucking deal to women, and to men, they're not. So, like what I always try to tell people, just be careful with what you give up importance to. And I always bring up my grandfather. My grandfather came from a family of 13. And since I study astrology, I always wanted to know what their birth dates were because I wanted to look at, how many Taurus, how many Gemini. And my grandfather would say to me, I know that most of them were born in May, but I don't know their birthdays. These were his brothers. And my grandfather was like one of the best people that you could ever meet. And ironically, his mother, who happened to die very young, was known for being the type of person that remembered everybody's birthday. And who knows, maybe I'm her reincarnated. I always felt a connection to her. And that if she knew it was your birthday, she would make a big deal and she would give you a gift or make you something. So very interesting how that was her son and he was such a great person, but he couldn't remember anyone's birthday. It just wasn't his thing. And I know the men that are in my life that I got to sometimes be like, I got to remind them how old their children are. I'm like, no, he's not that old. That's not how old he is. He's this age. And then, of course, I'm always right. So just be careful with what you assign importance to. And then that's another thing. Like women will say things like, well, is he attracted to anyone else but me? Yeah, he's a guy, okay? He's attracted to a lot of people, but so are we. I mean, it's just how it is. It doesn't mean anything. And, for some reason we make these things bigger than they are. And I always bring up this guy that I worked with. He was young. I don't know. He was probably a good 10 years younger than me, maybe more. And when we worked together at the A&P, I mean, he just thought every woman that came into that store was hot. And this woman comes in. She's got 5 kids. He was like 18. She was like 40. He was like, man, she's so hot. And I was like, Jesus, everyone is hot to you. But don't give importance to it because it's not important. If he doesn't remember, so what? Who cares? It's not a big deal. Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean he's not attracted to you or he doesn't care about you. It just means that that's how he is. My father said to me, he goes, sometimes he goes, I can't remember your brother's name. I don't know why. And the fun, they have the same name. So that's really bad. Where are we here? Lily. What are E's feelings towards me and how does he view me? Okay. the Empress shows up and you're asking how somebody feels about you, there's no better card than this. This is the planet Venus. Love, money, beauty, anything that has to do with the planet Venus. It also could be the birth or the conception of a child, so please be careful when this card shows up. He views you as being very strong, and he plans on coming forward or being around or doing something, because you got a lot of happiness around this situation. So between the Sun and the Empress, you got good things going on in this situation. Okay, let me go back up to the top. Diane, a love reading with Khaled. My name is Tasneem. Okay, let's see. Shows here somebody's got a third party. I don't know if it's you or if it's him, but it looks like there's a third party around one of you. That could be a fire sign, a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. It looks like you may be feeling like you put in a lot of work and didn't see a payoff. And there could be an argument coming in around the two of you. So I don't know what's happening here. But it looks like things went a little upside down. So I'm not sure what's happening. But it's going to take a minute to get things back on track here. Things could be a little goofy for the next couple of weeks or so, and then things start to change. So I don't know if somebody's hanging out here with a third party, or if somebody's trying to intervene. I don't know where you are in this relationship, but it looks like it may be a little rocky right now. All right. Just saying. How does my husband feel about me, and will we get back together? Okay. It shows you're going to get back together. This is what happens. Here's the breakup. The Lover's in reverse. And then you got to give it a little bit of patience. And then the relationships gets restored. And it could even be better than it was before. But this is going to be the kind of thing that you're going to have to give patience to and compassion to the situation. So meaning if he's done something really, really stupid, I would not react to it. I would just let it be. Let him do his thing, because he's going to come back, and the situation should be better than it was before. But it's not the kind of thing you can force, and it's not the kind of thing that you can like manipulate. Just kind of give it a little bit of breathing room, and I think he will come back. I don't know that right now in this moment those are his intentions, but that's what's going to happen. He may be going through something, some sort of a crisis of some type. Let him have his crisis. He's coming back. Darlene wants a love reading. Darlene Lisa. Okay, so the first thing here is you have a fated situation coming in here that's going to move forward fast with the Hangman in reverse. You're going to be prepared to move forward, and you will no longer be holding yourself back when this person shows up. I think that they're going to be an air sign, a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. And I think that you're going to be very happy with this person. When they show up, you're going to just like forget about the past. You're going to be like, all right, this is where we're going right now. Crystal, was my grandmother around on Thanksgiving dinner? Okay. Yeah, I think she was. Did she usually make Thanksgiving, or was there a dish, a special dish that she made every year for Thanksgiving? Because it looks like tradition, it looks like she was there, and it looks like she was happy and peaceful. So I think she's around a lot right now. The funny thing is that there's no time really in the spirit world, so I don't know that they can always, how much time they spend around, before they go somewhere else. But she was definitely around that day, and there was definitely something about either a traditional dish or something that she made, or maybe you were talking about it and she was there when it happened. Um, um, Phantom, is the person who's coming towards me in love someone I know or someone new? Okay. Is it somebody that we know coming in? I think it's someone that you know. 99% chance it's someone that you know, or someone that you know of. It could be an acquaintance. It could be somebody around. Um, oh, J Mac, I did one a while ago, but if he sent one in recently, no, I didn't. Let me go back and see if I skipped it. Yeah, I skipped it. Here, let me do it now. How does Caitlin feel about me currently? Okay. Yeah, somebody's outside shoveling. This guy. It's okay, Dylan. She feels a soulmate connection to you, and she feels that you're very strong. She also feels like a relationship with you would be built on solid ground. And that could be what scares her, that it would be very real. There's a fire sign here. I don't know if one of you is a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. But I think she's coming in with an offer, and you're going to know about it. It's going to be something that you may not be able to pass up. Let me see. I think I'm up to Christy. Do my parents feel bad about how they treat us? Okay. They do. They do. They feel bad. I don't know why people got to act like that, but it happens a lot, and then they feel bad later. Just chilling. Should I go to sleep and leave my French exam for what it is and focus on my other exams? Oh boy. All right, let's see. Should we focus on other exams? I got to laugh at the French thing. I'll tell you why in a minute. Yes, you got a 99% chance. Yes, focus on the other things. I don't know why. Maybe because we went to Canada and we had a French English dictionary. But when we were in junior high and we had to take a foreign language, my brother chose to take French. And nobody in my family knows how to speak French. Actually, I think there's probably very few people here that speak French. And he did really, my brother's really smart, but he didn't do good in French. And he used to always try to ask my mom for help. And she would be like, I don't know how to speak French. Why did you take French? And we still laugh about it to this day. Like, what made him take French? I mean, I know that they say that the Romance languages are easiest. Like if you speak English, Spanish, Italian, and French are easier to learn than some of the other ones. But I don't know. There's nothing about French that seemed easy to me. SS. Is B talking or interested in other women? And is it Hannah? Okay, let's see. Well, let me ask if he's interested in Hannah. Well, it shows that he's 33% chance he's interested in her and that he feels like they could have a relationship that's built on solid ground, or she may feel that way. However, the Tower is here, so it ain't going to work regardless. So at some point, the Tower is in reverse, so it's not that bad of a disaster, but at some point there would be a disaster. But there are other women around him that he talks to. It's like he just kind of goes with the flow. But this one in particular, I don't think that they would have a great relationship. I think what could happen is there would be a chance that they could hook up. She may not stand for that kind of behavior, and then there could be some kind of a disaster that looms after that because the Tower is there. So there's no love connection happening between the two of them. All right, let's go back up to the top. Phantom, I did. Fascinated Queen, can I have a love reading? I'm single. Okay. Okay. After worry and heartbreak moves into your past, you have some choices coming up. You have a Libra that's going to be into you, and you have a fire sign that you might have to choose from. Leo, Sagittarius, probably a Sagittarius or an Aries. You're going to walk away from anything in the past that didn't work for you, and your life is going to be transforming. I don't think you're going to be single for very long. Just chilling. How will I feel after the exam? Probably terrible. No, don't think that way. You go into the exam, okay, and you feel like I've crushed this exam, I've passed it, and that's it. That's how that's the way you tackle it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Let's see. Yeah, look, you're focused. You're focused. You're not holding yourself back. You'll feel relief after the exam. So this is what you do. Before you go to bed tonight, you imagine taking the test and it's easy and you passed it and you never have to take it again and it's over and you're relieved. And then, I don't know if the test is tomorrow. If the test isn't tomorrow, you do it every night before you go to sleep. Focus on getting the number that you want. I want an 85 on this test. I would make it realistic. If it's something that you struggle with, I wouldn't go, I'm going to get 100 because it's not realistic. You're not going to believe that. Even if you have to say, I'm going to be happy with a 67, that's fine. You know, set it to something that's believable for you and you'll pass it. More or less. His current feelings and thoughts towards me. Okay, let's see. What's he feeling? All right. So there's an air sign here, an Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. I don't know if that's his sign, but it shows that he feels unprepared, reluctant, and he feels a little bit spiritually detached. However, you may be finding that you do have a wish that comes true surrounding the situation, or something that happens that you think your wish comes true and then you're like, it's not as great as I thought it was going to be, and then you have a decision to make. So it looks like right now he's not prepared to move forward. He's kind of feeling a little bit, I don't know, stagnant or spiritually disconnected. He seems to be working a lot from an ego-based place, but you could have a wish around something that you really want and then almost feel like it was kind of a letdown, and then you may decide to cut him loose. Who was that? That was, oh, that was more or less. Okay, Kemi. What does Morgan think of me? He's a friend. Okay. Oh, he would like to see this move forward. You got the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So the Chariot, if either one of you is a Cancer, it could be just telling us that we're talking about a Cancer. If not, it means that he wants the relationship to move forward and things change quickly. There's the Emperors here too, if one of you is an Aries. If not, it could be him taking steps to move things forward with you. He may feel like he put in a lot of work and he didn't see a payoff. I don't know if he's got a crush on you and you're not really crushing on him. But there is definite opportunity to move the relationship to the next level with him coming up in the near future. I would say between now and like the end of the year. SS, love the water sign. Will that person be Indian and will he be attractive? And will Brian be insecure? All right, I don't do well with the race thing only because sometimes people are of like mixed, you know, like I had a good friend of mine who was half Irish, half Chinese. If you looked at her, you would think she was Chinese. You wouldn't think that she was half Irish. So it's kind of hard for me to, you know, to know somebody's race, you know, or if they're like, I have a friend of mine who is, she's actually French Canadian. French is her first language. But if she didn't tell me that, I never would have known. She wasn't born here. She speaks perfect English. She doesn't have a French accent. So it's kind of hard to come up with the nationality thing. But I'm going to ask if the water sign will make B jealous. I get a 33% chance that he's going to be jealous. It seems like at the time that you with this water sign, he's very focused on something having to do with work or money, and he's very indifferent to things. He's got the Two of Swords in reverse. Norman, what are Carter's feelings towards me? Okay. He's got a lot of passion for you. Now, passion can go all kinds of ways, right? And sometimes the most passionate relationships can also be the most volatile, vice versa. But you got balance and patience coming in. So if you've experienced the rough side of this relationship, things should start to balance out coming up. He's leaving things in the past that don't serve him and he's moving forward. You got happiness around this situation. I think that he's genuinely attracted to you and that he thinks that you have an adventurous side. He's prepared to move things forward. Sometimes he gets a little bit like stuck in his own head or he gets a little bit like pissy about things. But genuinely speaking, I think he thinks that there's potential for the two of you. You got the Four of Wands, which is the happy home. Or, I mean, at the very least, moving the relationship to the next level. So I think he honestly cares about you. He's into you. The passion, the sparks could fly in all different kinds of ways. So just keep that in mind. But I think you got more coming from this relationship. All right. Ram, does Pedro have sexual fantasies about me? Okay. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. 99% chance. 3 aces. Um, Valentina, does Carlo the Sagittarius love his ex Valeria, or does he love me? I'm a Scorpio. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask for both because you know why? It's very possible to be a little bit in love with two people. Okay, is he in love with the ex? No, he's not in love with that ex. Definitely not. Is he in love with Valeria? Scorpio. Oh no, I think it was Valentina. Let me just go check. I want to make sure I get the name right. Um, where the hell did it go now? Oh, okay. Valentina. Is he in love with Valentina? Okay. The Scorpio. There's more of a chance that he's in love with you than her. It's not showing up strong love, so there would be some kind of feelings here, but I can't say that like he's head over heels in love at this point. What did I do? I'm up to just chilling. Can everybody wish me success? Yes. And then you wish yourself success. You focus on what it is that you want and you're going to get it. Focus on passing those tests. I don't care if you passed with a 67, you pass the tests. That's it. And when the doubt pops into your mind, you just say that. I passed the test. I passed the test. I passed the test. But we'll send you good energy. Kylie, would the Scorpio and I work better as friends or a couple? Okay. Would we work better as a couple? 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? You wouldn't make a bad couple. You wouldn't. It shows that it would be balanced. It also shows that there would be moments of sharp words between the two of you, but you would clear the air quickly and move forward. So it wouldn't be the kind of thing where you would kind of wallow in whatever happens. You would have your fight, put it in the past, and move forward. I think you'd be fine as a couple. The thing about Scorpio is they have a dark side and they tend to not forget anything. And if you lie to them, they're going to find out. And if you do something behind their back, they're going to find out, and they're not so forgiving. So I always urge people that if you're going to get involved with a Scorpio, just know what you're dealing with. You know, they're not going to be the kind of person that's going to take kindly to you screwing around behind their back. I'm not saying that you would, but I'm just saying, like, some people, you know, will overlook it, or some people that want to be in relationships turn blind eye to things like that. Scorpio they'll cut you. So it just, that's the kind of thing. But it shows here in this reading that you guys would have your words, you would fight it out, and then you would move on. Anna, Christopher feels about me getting a ride from Alexis. Okay. Uh, Not crazy for it, but he's not going to make a big deal about it. It's fine. It was the kind of thing that, he would rather it not have happened, but he's okay. I don't know. Sometimes it's funny because like little stupid things piss us off and we know that they're stupid little things, but yet we still get pissed off. That's sort of like what it comes up. But it's okay. More or less. What is Jay's intentions towards me? Is he a true friend? Okay. He comes up, yeah. He comes up as a true friend. I don't think he's got bad intentions. Um, I would be careful because he may be like, he could be one of those people that accidentally slips. I don't think he means to, but I think his intentions are pretty pure. I think he is a decent friend. Honey, what's next for me and him, the water sign? Okay. Comes in with an offering of love. You're going to feel like you got the world at your feet. However, it's going to be a little slow. So it's going to be the kind of thing where he may come in with this offering and then he may be a little slow to act on it. Happiness is in reverse. It's going to take some time. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes people come in with a lot of promises and their intentions are good. They don't always live up to them as fast as we want them to. And it looks like that might be the case here. Empress. Why did the tower moment happen to me? All right, I don't know what that means. Something bad happened? Something bad must have happened. Okay, let's see. What's going on here at this tower moment? So annoying. Okay, so it shows that things had to be destroyed to be rebuilt, and that it's urging you to be prepared to work really hard and pursue something. Take on the Aries energy of the Emperor, and you'll no longer be waiting for your ship to come in. So whatever this tower situation is, it was done because things were not either heading in the right direction or the foundation wasn't solid. So it was like demolish everything and start over. Pain in the ass, but you know what? It's the truth, because if you were building a house and the foundation was poor, you would rather tear it down and start over than continue, because it would constantly be a problem. So it's better to redo what needs to be done than be in a situation where it's half-assed. But I don't know what the situation exactly is. It's just general. Kylie, should I take this job opportunity and work with my ma? Okay. Yeah, you got a 99% chance you should. All right, let me go back up to the top. Moderators, you can send in your questions. I'm going to go back up to the top and see if I can get some of these people that I haven't gotten to. But I'm coming back on later. Why do I see so many couples? Is it a sign? Yeah, usually it is a sign. And it's funny because a lot of times people will get annoyed with that because they'll think, oh, look, it happens for everyone else but me. Meanwhile, it is a sign, and it's like you're on the right track. So it's a good thing. Oh, I did Valentina. Malapale wants to know, am I pregnant? Okay, let's see. You could be. You could be. If you're not now, there could be a pregnancy coming up. So just be careful what you're putting out there into the universe. Um, Lila, what is he going to feel when M would tell him about meeting me? All right, let me see. What is he going to feel? So wait a minute. I'm a little confused. Would M be somebody that is meeting you and going back and telling him? Or can you just clarify that? Because I'm not exactly sure what you mean and I want to answer it right. In the meantime, I'm going to answer for Brandy. Am I still going through a deep spiritual awakening? Yes, you totally are. 99% chance. I didn't even have to turn over that many cards. Anna, how will Christopher feel about the text I sent him? Okay. It might light the fire underneath his ass. It could also cause a little bit of an argument, but that's okay. He may be feeling a little bit like hurt by it. I don't know what the message says, but that's what the cards are saying. SS, should I put energy on B for now or 2020? I would take energy away from him now because there's too much talk about him and worry about him and focus on him that things can't manifest with him with that much energy. You know, it's like the kind of thing where, like, if you twist something up so tight it gets stuck, but if you just kind of let it go, it kind of unfolds by itself. I would pull the energy away from him. But I say that to everyone that's in these situations. Anyone that's in a situation that isn't getting what they want from somebody, or they're doing all the work, or they're putting in all the effort, and the other person is kind of half-assing it, my suggestion is always the same. Step away from the situation, because when you back away from the situation, the person takes notice. And if you were to get involved with somebody else, even if you weren't dating someone else, if you were just talking to someone else and you're preoccupied, they can feel that change. And then that's when they always come back in. And they don't know that they feel the change. They just do. It happens all the time. We hear it all the time. I finally met someone else and so showed up. It happens all the time. But it doesn't happen in the moment. You know, it's just like the same thing with the watched pot. You can hold your phone in your hands and stare at it, and it's never going to ring until you go take a shower, and then you're going to have 3 missed calls. It always happens like that. So it's like that with all these situations. The more energy you put into something that's not working in your favor, the less it's going to work in your favor. In order to change it, you have to step away from the situation, change the energy of it, and put yourself in first place. So, and it's a law of attraction thing. What you think, you're going to manifest. So if you're focused on somebody else being top priority in his life or in anyone's life, someone else will be. If you're worried that there's another woman, or someone's prettier, or someone's taller, or someone's richer, there's always going to be taller, prettier, and richer. Always. There's never going to be a moment where I've tried to explain this last night, and I had this conversation with my friends that were here last night. If you put yourself in a situation where you're competing with somebody, you will always end up the loser, because you've already set the situation up to be the victim. So the victor never competes. The victor wins. So it's the kind of thing where if you can get out of, and I hear this, I mean, I'm not saying you said this, but I get this question a lot. Who's he going to pick, me or her? Well, if you set up that question and that's where you are, he's always going to pick her. It doesn't matter who she is. She could be Christy Brinkley or she could be Jabba the Hutt. It doesn't make a difference. She's just the person showing up. In your reality, that is the better choice because that's what you've put out there. So it's the kind of thing where you have to change the situation and think, you know what? Fuck him. I have enough guys around me and I can be with whoever I want. He should be lucky that I pay him the time of day, and kind of change it like I don't compete with anyone because I'm the best there is. And then you start to reflect that back. And it may sound silly at first, especially like for me because I don't feel that way about myself, but starting to change the way I thought about myself. And you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing. Like if you were to an audition for a play, if you go in with the attitude like, well, I'm competing against 7 people, I hope I get it, you're not going to get it because you're already competing, and competing, you're not the winner. The victor doesn't have to compete. I know that was a big win big thing, but it's important because so many people are in the same situation. And the thing is that the other person, right? The other person that's not putting in the effort, that is not doing the work, that is not, worried or thinking or whatever, they're winning. They're already getting what they want. They've got you doing all the work and anyone else around them doing the work. So you can see how it's working for them if you look at the other side of the situation. Oh, there's Lila. I want to do this one. M will tell A about the meeting. How will it make him feel? Okay. All right. He could be a little angry, and he may come forward quickly. It looks like you have a delay in happiness around you. There's fiery passion here, okay? So I don't know if he overreacts, he gets pissed off, I don't know what happens, but it doesn't look like he's real happy about it. And he could say or do something that's like out of character and hurtful, or something that he regrets later on with the Fool in reverse. All right, let me do general for Mel. Oh, damn, I got to call the doctor's office back. Shit. All right, I'm going to have to go. I forgot to call them. Okay, so it looks like you got a big transformation coming up. Something fated to happen. Now, you have earth signs and you have water signs here. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or Taurus, Capricorn, or the hell, Virgo. Slipped my mind. And there's going to be an offer in front of you that you're not going to be able to refuse. You also have a wish around you. So I don't know if one of these people is somebody that you want to get involved with, a water sign or an earth sign, but it looks like your wish comes true and you have a big transformation coming up ahead of you in the near future. All right, let me see. Anna. Oh, I don't see the question. All right, let me do Krista first. How does D, the Taurus, and J, the Libra's relationship? Okay, Taurus and Libra relationship. Slow moving. Somebody doesn't put in any work and they don't use their intuition. So I'm not really sure what's going on with the two of them. The Taurus shows up. I got the Taurus here. I don't see the Libra right now. But it looks like the relationship either isn't moving forward or there's some issues around it. Somebody's feeling like they're waiting for their ship to come in. I'm not sold on this relationship. I feel like either maybe going through a slump or it lacks passion. All right, Anna, do we have your question yet? Anna, did you send in the question? I want to get to it because I got to go. I got to call the doctor back. And did I do all of the, I think I did the moderators, right? SARS isn't in here, and I didn't see Katrina. Anna, are you still out there? Oh, I see it now. Okay, I got it. Does Christopher still love me even though I've made him upset? Okay. Yes, he does. And I think you're going to get through this. All right, I'm going to go now. I got to call the doctor back, and then I will be on. Let me do Mary Elena, and then I'm going to go. But I'm going to come back on later tonight. What time is it now? Oh, it's almost 6. I don't know. I'm going to do some of I got a couple of private readings I have to do. I like to do them before I go live. I don't know. Maybe I'll be on about 8, something like that. I don't see the question yet. I'll just hang out for a sec. I'm already having a baby. One at a time. All right, let me see if I can grab somebody while I wait. Sheila wants to know, am I pregnant? All right, let's see. You could be 70% chance. 70% chance you could, if you're not pregnant now, it could happen within like the next 3 months. Mary Elena, he came over today and said he loves me, misses me, but he has to figure out his ideas. Will he come back home? Okay, let's see. Is he coming back home? I think he is. I think I always thought that. Yeah, I think he's coming back home. Don't push it. Just kind of let it go. I think so. Just chilling. Does it break the Leo that his friend likes me? You know what? I don't think so, because I don't think that he thinks his friend stands a chance. And I think that he feels like he doesn't have much to worry about. So I don't think so. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'll be on tonight probably around maybe 8:30, and I'll see you guys then. And if anybody wants to do the special, the Cyber Monday special, email me. And I could probably get them done either today or tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have a lot of free time too. All right. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.